Booby. Booby top, booby top, booby top.
Alright, we pull it up, and then
attached to the...
maybe start the beginning. Alright, YouTube intro.
Hi, I'm Nesca, your goddess of anger management and boobies.
So this is Papa Meats, rating BREASTaurants, apparently.
That's why I said boobies.
Welcome back to the Papa Meat channel. How you doing? How you doing? Come on and sit down because today we're getting lunch. Well, at least that's what I try to do. Every once in a while, I like to take my employees out to a nice company lunch. Sometimes we go to fancy Italian places, but mostly we go to garbage, fast food, and other things that are very unhealthy. But today it was...
Speaking of companies, we just had your company take us out.
Yeah, celebrate my dad's 3 million safe miles, but
That was nice.
the Hereford house.
Cow food.
Not the one where the guy jacked off on the steaks.
Dude.
gonna be a treat. I was gonna take my boys to Hooters. Little meme, right? Go to Hooters, you laugh. Oh, we haven't been here in a while. Only to find that Hooters in the Kansas City area was closed. How, America, did we let this happen?
I
was completely appalled.
Yeah, duh. That's the only... Because we live around where he lives. We know what that restaurant was. Oddly enough, isn't it next to the Chick-fil-A?
I thought it was like joke with you, like you got the family-friendly restaurant, you got the Hooters next to the family-friendly restaurant.
So no wonder why they went out of business.
Hooters for my entire life. My entire life I've been to that Hooters location. It's been revamped, redressed, everything. All knowing that I could go to see some middle America women with big serve me mediocre chicken wings. It's a staple, and it's gone. And it made me think about Hooters as a whole. What's happened to it? Where is it gone? And that's why today we're talking about the downfall of the BREASTaurant. And for any of you who maybe are, I don't know, don't know what Hooters is, let me give you a rundown of one of the greatest restaurants on planet Earth. This genre of restaurant started with the origins of Hooters in 1983, when 6 men from Clearwater, Florida, opened a place that, quote, they couldn't get kicked out of, according to the Hooters website About section. So it was a bunch of Floridian guys basically being like, can we just open up a place we won't get kicked out of for oogling the girls? Come on! The founders aimed to create the quintessential manly environment. Wings, sports, and had no prior experience in the food industry, but decided to buy a cheap building that used to be a nightclub. That makes sense. Within a year, business was exploding. They eventually partnered with Hugh Connerty, who aimed to take the restaurant chain worldwide. They opened hundreds of locations and...
So ultimately, Hooters is a more, what's the word? Acceptable strip club without the strip?
Pretty much.
They just...
By the way, I've never eaten at a Hooters in my entire life.
Me neither. It's not the women that's the issue. It's I don't care for the food.
Yeah. I'm not a wings guy.
Yeah.
Pioneered the, quote, restaurant. I feel like every guy just kind of did. Hugh, you good man. They were not without their many controversies over the years. And in fact, Hooters has dealt with many. Various claims of gender discrimination. What? In one case, they were sued for their lack of male employees and had to settle for $3.75 million in a nice lawsuit. Tons of sexual harassment.
Don't they have a male equivalent to Hooters?
I think it's called Chip. I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know.
I think that's a thing. So, wait. Okay, you're wanting... who's here complaining? The men or the women?
Someone trying to get a paycheck. That's all I can say.
It's like, oh, you're discriminating me. But it's a themed restaurant. So, of course, it's...
Just continue.
It's not the bisexual
And of course, they get
restaurant.
sexual harassment cases against them. Of course, that's just
okay. That would make sense though, because I mean, okay, the women are essentially agreeing to be ogled at, but they're not agreeing to be touched. It's like with cosplay. You want to wear something sexy, but that doesn't mean consent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
harassment suits, and studies showcasing the serious mental health issues attached to the Hooters girls.
What, they get to smile all day?
I'm sorry, you have to smile and be a little princess all day and be beautiful? Well, that sucks.
How's
Hooters
that?
truly was unstoppable for a long period of time, expanding into ventures outside of just restaurants. In 1986, Hooters released calendars showcasing Hooters girls from all over. Purchases of the calendar eventually became a way of funding the Give a Hoot campaign in 2002, donating part of every purchase to the fight against breast cancer. And then in 1987, Hooters started a television program called Hooters Night Owl Theater, starring Lynn Austin, one of the first Hooters girls who later transitioned to Playboy in 1986. Backstabbing.
Okay.
It was renamed to Hooters Movie of the Week, where Hooters girls would introduce movies that would play on the program. That'd be sick. Reanimator. You know what I mean? It eventually became an SNL-style skit show, providing comedy sketches until its eventual cancellation in 1995. That's a pretty good run. 9-10 years. And then in 1991, driver...
Hey, look! It's Hooters NASCAR.
I think they, up until a few years ago, they did sponsor a NASCAR.
Which is funny.
Keep going.
Alan Kulke was sponsored by Hooters for his appearance.
Alan Kulke, that's his name. Alan Kulke.
Queeky?
He actually died in a plane crash in '93 after winning the cup, the Series Cup. He was actually one of the last owner drivers who won a Winston Cup.
Huh. Of course, you would know. You're a NASCAR guy.
Yeah.
In the final NASCAR event of the year. They continue to sponsor various sports teams events afterwards, like the Miami Hooters, an Arena Football League team. Various other racing teams, and the NGA Pro Golf Tour. Hooters even started selling their food in convenience stores, like with their frozen chicken wings and sauces. And in 2003, Hooters created Hooters Air as a way to advertise their brand in the skies and expand their reach. People who boarded the flight would get to experience the Hooters restaurant in an airborne setting.
It's the Mile High Club.
The only time you ever pray for turbulence.
Awesome.
Complete with the traditional Hooters girls and their skimpy attire. Oh, to go back in time. Hooters girls were not able to sell food before they were FAA certified, and instead pushed merchandise onto passengers. They're just like, can I get some wings? What about this owl shirt? He's wearing like 6 of them. I don't see why one more couldn't hurt. Operation ceased in 2006, and Hooters of America lost $40 million due to the failed business venture. This failure was due to several factors, such as the cost of fuel and operations. Do you understand how expensive it is to fly a plane? I mean, like the jet fuel. My God. Airline competition. Do you think the Hooters airline is going to be able to compete with Southwest Airlines or Delta? And its adult theme puts off families and small children. By having a Hooters airline, it is awesome and hilarious, but you do completely ostracize the wife and kids aspect of everything.
That's true. To be honest, I could see why they went out of business, because it's not really a all exclusive, inclusive.
Yeah, inclusive flight.
Because who would bring their kids to that?
Weirdos.
And most women wouldn't want to go unless they're bi-lesbian.
Yeah, and also to fill up a plane with jet fuel costs tens of thousands of dollars for one trip. So yeah, they didn't make any money off that.
Yeah, talk about putting your eggs in the wrong basket.
That's the fundamental process of the airlines making all of their money, is families traveling to other places together. And if it's just the boys, let me tell you, you're gonna be penny pinching for a while, all right? But fresh off their failed airline, Hooters created their first casino and hotel in Las Vegas.
Hey, there you go.
That makes more sense.
Oh, that works.
This only seems natural to me. This is where I'm like, this is what would work. Created on the new Las Vegas Strip, the hotel aimed to rake in gambling earnings akin to its massively successful neighbors. Aside from the obligatory Hooters restaurant, it also filled the casino with Hooters girls that served food and drinks as well as acted as casino dealers. Dude. Awesome. They were profitable for a short time, but started to see a noticeable decline by around 2009. What happened around then? Was that like some big crash or something? They were
What happened in 2009?
The recession, the Great Recession.
I thought that was 8.
And then that's when they closed, LOL.
Yep.
eventually purchased by Oyo Hotels and Homes, which massively changed the branding that kept the Hooters restaurant running inside. Hooters slowly began to lose its appeal due to its outdated nature of its core concept, sexualizing women. Who would have thought? Its many business ventures
Oh no, sexualizing women.
And now we have B-Tuber bouncing the boobies on the screen.
Booby, 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 booby. You know, they sexualize men too.
Yeah, but how many people will go after sexualized men? Let's be real.
All the women, all the gay guys.
Continue.
It's the same.
did not often pan out, and recently, the pandemic led to many locations shutting its doors forever. In 2024, 44 locations across 14 states were permanently closed due to rising costs and declines in sales. And fun fact, in 2017, Hooters created a more family-friendly spin-off called Hoots. And Hoots was primarily a to-go restaurant that had more modest dress code and more traditional fast food setup.
Well, I guess. I mean, what?
There you go. One.
I don't think that did it in their food went downhill a while ago.
Yeah. Like I said, I've never eaten at Hooters, so I couldn't tell you, but I'm
Yeah. Like we said, we thought we didn't care for the food, so yeah.
Rather than table service. I don't like that. But I will take my men to their company lunch, and I will take them to Hooters. But we're gonna do it with some style. We will have Hooters in Las Vegas, but we will also be trying the other restaurants in Las Vegas as well, such as Ojos Locos, Twin Peaks, Tilted Kilts, and the Heart Attack Grill. Basically, we're just gonna go and see which.
I'm surprised that there's more than one.
Twin Peaks is another one I heard of. Again, I've never eaten there either, so I couldn't tell you.
I've heard about the Heart Attack Grill because of Nick Avocado.
Everybody's heard of Nick Avocado, Heart Attack Grill.
Yeah.
One's best. Can the restaurant chain stay alive? Is it all just a dumb gimmick? Let's go find out.
Well, what about the dick restaurants?
There are no dick restaurants. Finboy Hooters. How about that?
Oh, that would be funny.
I've seen that meme float around, Finboy Hooters.
Wait,
or call it Finboys.
Is it there a male equivalent called? Is it Chippendales? Is that
That's a show. That's not a restaurant.
Damn it! I could have sworn there's some male equivalent to Hooters, where the guys walk around with tight pants and their package hanging out. Well, you know, not hanging out, but dick pants.
Booyah. First, we went to Hooters, which was in the Oyo Hotel. This thing was odd. We parked and there was this like disgustingly dirty, dusty.
I said, there's the dick.
Car with two giant cocks drawn in the dust on its windshield. That was a nice welcoming sign, but as soon as you step into the hotel, you're like, where the f is this Hooters at? They have the big branding outside for it. You're looking around, you're like, it feels familiar, and it's because the Oyo Hotel used to be the Hooters Hotel, and they did nothing on the inside. They kept up the wood paneling, the orange lights, everything, and you can kind of get glimpses of how there might have been Hooters girls walking around, dealing cards, doing whatever, but like a redheaded stepchild tucked away in the back of a family photo, they tucked that Hooters in the deepest, darkest corner of that casino. I mean, it was sad. They even had there's like a cocktail lounge next to it.
Hooters Lounge.
Like the Hooters Lounge or Saloon or something like that. Vacant. Dark. I mean, I was like, this is, you can't just leave the lights on. I mean, this is Las Vegas. And we pulled up to the Hooters there, and there it was in all of its glory. It was sad. It was kind of sad. It was actually very sad. I was extremely sad. And it made me think, why did we just fly thousands of miles to do this? I don't know. Because I'll be honest, the food was never that good. It doesn't matter.
This is my first time at Hooters since I was probably like 12. I remember one time I went to Hooters after I went to...
What?
You went to Hooters when you were 12? Good for you, I guess.
Yeah.
It was always in the back like that. LOL.
But yeah.
Oh, taking it in the back. Right.
Right.
to church with my mom one time. She's like, where do you want to go after church? And I say, Hooters. And I went there and I was too nervous to talk to any of the waitresses.
That's actually kind of cute, like a little cute church boy.
I did this.
Did your mom make you take a picture with him? And you're like,
He's hard. He's hard.
they're slapping it around, laughing at you.
I don't know what it is about women walking around with their ass and their hanging out. You're not supposed to. It has been ingrained in your soul. No looky. You're a creep if you do. I don't know if you felt the same way, Nick. I was looking at the floor the whole time. Actually, no, Nick had a camera, and we had to tell him to stop filming the girls. I mean, I was like, you need to You need to pump the brakes a little bit here. I want to get this out of the way too. The way we're going to be judging this competition to see which is the breast.
Yeah, that's surprising. I mean, people have their phones, so...
But still, why would you... No.
You know why.
The best restaurant is 1, how good's the food? Is it tasty? Was it worth it? 2, the atmosphere. Was it a fun time? How are the outfits? What was the theming like? And then 3, you know, did I feel that the girls were touching me enough? Were they smiling at me? Were they being flirtatious? Why do you go to a restaurant? Why? Because it's not the food. It's shitty frozen.
No. You go to a restaurant because you're a very, very lonely man.
Right.
You know that's the truth.
Or you're trying to suppress something, but you're too religious, you can't go to the strip club, so you go to the next best thing.
I don't think a religious person would go to there either, to be
Pretend
honest.
religious.
Okay.
Food, but you get to drink beer there, you get to watch a game, and then there's girls with come over and they're like, oh my god, hi. So I thought that would be an applicable thing. How touchy-feely is it? I'm a married man. All right, I'm just saying that's one of the aspects of why I think people would go. So are they fulfilling that part of this feels like prostitution. It's not prostitution. I'm not saying that at all. I'm gonna get back to the review here. I want to say this with Hooters right off the bat. Branding is excellent. Well, first off, the Las Vegas location, when I say it was sad, that's an understatement. I mean, it was like a funeral. It was kind of quiet. It's one of those things where it's like there's a lot of noise, but there's nothing really happening. So it's just kind of like, it's a loud silence. The heyday feels gone. But the torch is still lit and we're here, so we're going to give it our all. And then, we kind of perked up a bit with...
Yeah, it seems like theme restaurants are kind of dying out a lot.
There was a rainforest restaurant that... There was that one over by the Kansas Speedway and the Legends. There was that dinosaur-themed restaurant.
Huh.
Remember that? We never went to it, but it was over there.
It's not there anymore?
I don't know if it is or not. That was before the pandemic.
Ah. Well, I was thinking of Dick's Last Resort.
Oh, we went to that. Oh, that was funny though. Our waitress was...
It was basically an insult restaurant. That's what the theme was. They insult you. What?
It's like those maid cafes in Japan, but better.
Actually, I think the maid cafes would be better. Because a lot of people would go to those instead of just more niche.
That's what's going to take over this. Why has no one thought of that? That's the way to make your own maid cafe, but make it not like a Hooters, but not as lewd.
Yeah.
That's $1 million idea. What the hell?
Maid cafes are awesome. I loved going to them at conventions, even though you had to pay extra for it. And they only give you like a cupcake and a small thing of like tea. But they had games, and they danced. It was entertaining, and it was fun.
But when we saw the merch side of things, right? You see the big owl there. You put your face in this big-titted girl's cutout. And that was a lot of fun. I was like, you know what? This is a nice vibe. And then we got seated at our table, and I'll be honest, I kept the napkin. She wrote her name.
What the...
Don't.
Okay,
this is a nice touch. The girl comes over. She did not look happy to be there. Can I at least say that? Can I be so bold to say that? Did not look like she was having a good day. There was a very anime-esque hostess that you kept. You kept recording.
No.
You definitely did. Her ass was out there and everything. I was just like, is this a smellometer? I don't... What's your name? She was like, you can go this way. That's what her voice did sound like, did it not? She's like, you can sit over here. I'm like, thank you. And Nick's like, baby.
You forgot the ultimate technique. I put the camera up to my chest.
You just put the camera up to your chest like a man holding a sword. My lady. Oh yeah, she's like, what's that? Her buddy was like, it's a camera. She's like, oh, cool. And Nick was like...
You guys walked away, she turns around, she's like, what is that? I went, what? She was like, the thing he has. I was like, oh, it's a camera. She's like, that's really cool. So I'm like, I figured it out. They think everyone who comes to eat here is...
Wait! We want
It's retarded. You know what the best niche restaurant idea would be, actually?
What?
All the stuff they have in Japan. I want the Pokemon, just any anime-themed restaurant thingy here.
Well, we have to go to Japan, though.
It sucks. We finally got an anime bar here, but it's small, and they still don't serve food.
Danielle.
I don't want to drink, I want to eat.
Thank today's sponsor, Factor. The holidays are here, which means lots of food that you're hopefully not cooking. And you should continue that holiday spirit with Factor. If you're like me, it can be tough trying to eat better on a busy schedule, work, deadlines, traffic, food prep. I just want to say, if you're going to Hooters and you have things obstructing the uniform, why am I there? All right? I mean, am I wrong?
You go there to see them.
What's atmosphere? Not doing too bad. We're still waiting on our food here.
If the food is good, this is gonna be hard to beat. The ambiance in here when I was standing out there, outside looking in, does not look good. But
To be honest, it looks very...
Dated.
No, I wouldn't say... Hold on. It looks very empty.
Well, they probably went in the middle of the day, too, I bet you.
No. Like, there's nothing on the walls. The way that it's just all wood, it just looks like you're in a bunker.
That wood paneling is dated, too. That's like a...
You're in a cabin. Just a plain... Yeah, it looks very boring.
Yeah.
That's the word.
being in here, not bad.
I think we did like wings. We tried to get some samples of stuff because usually the staples of these places are buffalo wings, burgers. Oh, and like fry. Like
Ooh,
they came with
I like the waffle fries. That looks yummy. A big waffle fries.
That's why they had it next to Chick-fil-A.
To compete with the waffle fries.
Yes.
It was a challenge.
Yeah, it does look like a tree house.
fries or something.
Oh yeah, we got the cheese fries.
And then the little cheese fries thing, whatever. And then we got the drinks. Let me tell you something. One thing about their cocktails menu is they have this whole section of cocktails where the end of the paragraph
chicken
is
is so
it comes with a
cold.
splash of Mountain Dew. It's called Hooterade. And to me, I was like, this is one of the trashiest yet most compelling things I've ever seen in my life. And guess what? Those motherfuckers were good. As a child, I wasn't able to have all the alcohol and stuff, but now here we were. We were
So-
men in a Hooters.
So, alcohol mixed with Mountain Dew.
I like fruity alcohol, but that sounds kind of... I don't know. If it's Code Red, maybe.
Or Baja Blast.
I don't really like Baja.
Experiencing this for the first time, and it was great.
Aesthetically beautiful wings. Taste is so mid. Everything's definitely frozen. They're trying to keep the ship afloat, dude.
The food was not, it was not good. The food aesthetically looks very good. You could take photos of this food all day. Everything felt
I'm
like
watching
it was just
food.
frozen.
I'm gonna
Not
eat my
cold, but
food.
like it tastes like a frozen meal. So the food, I was, I was like, I would not eat here. I'd come here and I would watch a
mean,
whole game and get some Hooterade. Are you kidding me?
Better
Unbelievable.
chicken.
The
I mean,
atmosphere
healthy
was kind of fun. After a while, once you get a couple drinks in you, the place gets a little lively. But once again, I don't know what kind of day you were having, but guess what? This is a ranking, and it was just kind of like, I don't know. What do you do? Because Hooters is the namesake, we have to put them at the top. I have no other parameter of the other ones, so who knows? This could be the best, right?
How is the legacy brand going to hold up against the competition? That's what I'm worried about. That's 100% AI. That is 1,000,000% AI.
It is.
That was creepy looking.
All I know is that we were there. We went to Las Vegas for Hooters and we conquered our goal. But then this is also it was a starting pistol for the rest of the trip. And nothing would have possibly prepared me for the monstrosity that was next, which was that of the Heart Attack Grill. The Heart Attack Grill is a restaurant in downtown Las Vegas that opened its doors in 2005 with
To be honest, I could go for a giant meat stack.
Yeah, if you're over 350 pounds, you eat for free.
the goal of
Damn
serving
it.
catastrophically unhealthy food
Hey,
and
my
promoting
aunt
it
could.
specifically to obese customers. I fit right in. All while serving it to you with scantily clad waitresses in nurse outfits. This entire restaurant is themed around it being a hospital. The whole thing is that you are a fat piece of shit. If you weigh over 300 pounds, you get to eat there for free. They have a scale outside that you can step on. And then if you don't finish your food, the nurses spank you at the end. Okay? And all the food is, I mean, it's crazy. They, like, all the milkshakes are like lard, like 50% lard. If you order wine or cocktails or something, they give it to you in an IV bag. And they're known for their octuple bypass burger.
Burger looks good.
My cholesterol's going up just looking at that.
I'm eating chicken. I'm so hungry right now.
Yeah, you just woke up not a couple hours ago.
Yeah, I woke up and went straight to streaming thanks to you, so I didn't get a chance to eat. So I'm eating while doing this.
Burger. 8 patties, all right? And that's the biggest thing there. So when I went there, of course,
8 patties
Oh.
of burger.
Only
That's the one.
8. Only 8. Dude, when I was a kid, my friend had a restaurant and they had a 13 patty monster.
Well, you were in Texas, of course, over there. I drool from hearing from that.
Heard that, Jewel. Yeah, like I said, I'll go.
But I would eat that if it didn't have the bacon. I'm not a bacon person.
Yeah.
I like bacon separate.
Just the
That
meat
I
and
had to
cheese,
get.
please.
Don't finish your food, you'll be spanked 3 times.
If we don't finish our food, we're going to be spanked. I understand I'm a fat piece of shit, disgusting, worthless piece of shit human. I don't think I'm finishing this food, if I'm being completely honest. If I'm being transparent.
When you go into the restaurant too, you have to put on a gown, a hospital gown, like you're a patient there. And I will say this, staff couldn't have been better. It was scantily nurse outfits and all that stuff. Couldn't have been a happier crowd I've ever seen in my life in there. And I will say that the branding and the atmosphere of the place.
What the fuck picture was that?
I have got to go back to that.
That
Nurse outfits and all that stuff. Couldn't have been a happier crowd I've ever seen in my life in there. And I will say that the
Is that all the mascots?
you do know what that's depicting, right?
Jesus, I know.
Jesus
Why
stabbed.
is Ronald McDonald stabbing him? I'm scared.
You got the Taco Bell dog. You got Wendy, the Colonel.
Oh, the Taco Bell dog. I didn't even see that.
You got Jack. Is that Big Boy?
Yeah, they don't have them around here anymore. They have High Boy. They don't have
Yeah, or whatever it's called. And then Burger King.
the Burger King KFC. Oh my god.
What is that? Okay, then that's him.
Yeah, the guy who made the restaurant. Being crucified on the Las Vegas, getting stabbed by Ronald McDonald. I'm moving on.
branding
That
and the
is
atmosphere of
funny.
the place, they did not hold any punches on the theming. And that's what I like. I feel like the restaurant is a mixture of, it's got to be kind of funny, and it's got to be like, you got to want to actually sit there for a while. And I think that like the bald guy who's the manager of the place or owns the place thinks he's way funnier than he is.
I bet he hard.
Oh my god, he's a powerful for sure.
Oh yeah. He's got those weird like RFK abs. He's all red. Yeah.
He's in shape.
Yeah. He doesn't eat at this place.
I came up with a good restaurant idea.
What?
Cosplay restaurant. It'd be like an anime convention all the time.
As I said, maid cafes.
No. Like, not just maids. I mean, like, just cosplay in general. Like, you could have, like, different themes. Like, you could do like, Pokemon one day. You could do, Final Fantasy. You could do, so many animes. One Piece. Just, like, change it up. Or, hell, you could have mixed, where the people who work there get to choose what cosplay they want to wear that day.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
So it's like pushed way to an extreme, but you have to give them credit for at least going that far. But it is daunting. Like, I mean, after sitting in there for a bit, you see that bald son of a way too much, and you're like, I need to get out of here quick. But a couple little things too. There's been many deaths, which is really fun when you go in and sit down to eat at this place that you might not be making it out. Like in 2011, the spokesman, Blair River, died from a pneumonia partly due to him being 570 pounds. So they would have
570 pounds? That's twice my weight.
Uh-huh.
I'm 6'3".
How tall
This person's for a while. They don't do it anymore because they all drop like flies, which you could just say, you know what? Bad luck. It's bad luck. But in 2012, a year later, a patient, a customer, died from an actual heart attack while eating a triple bypass burger. Reportedly, customers thought that this was some sort of staged death. And according to Dr. John, who is the CEO, I actually felt horrible for the gentleman because the tourists were taking photos of him as if it were some type of stunt. Even with our own...
Oh!
So the last place you want to die, have a heart attack, is in the heart attack grill, apparently.
Because they think, oh, shit.
morbid sense of humor, we would never pull a stunt like that. Other customers in the restaurant were like, oh, that fatty's having a heart attack. And the guy was like, probably like, can you imagine dying? And people were like, it's a bit. And that same year, a woman in her 40s collapsed to the floor, unconscious after consuming a double bypass burger while smoking a cigarette and drinking a margarita.
Well,
That will do it. You just give it a good old triple threat here.
that's called, I have no fucks to give left.
You got get your nice big old juicy meat, smoke your cigarette, get that yummy drugs in ya, all that
Read the
poison in ya.
comment.
What? That place is going to be haunted by obese ghosts. It's gonna be haunted by the Stay Puft.
Were you watching other people eating? There was one guy who grabbed like the mayonnaise and he just
I'm gonna
squirted
choke
it
on my
each
chicken.
Oh, did you hear about the mayonnaise?
What?
Margarita.
Were you watching other people eating? There was one guy who grabbed like the mayonnaise and he just squirted it each bite, like oozing.
The whole thing too is that it is.
Oh. Oh.
Hey, it's like you with ketchup, though.
But mayonnaise. Why mayonnaise?
Once again, it's like a joke restaurant. It is like supposed to be stupidly unhealthy.
How'd
But,
he
man,
bite it?
It was a sight to see. Also, I think they use like hospital lighting too, so it's very like sterile. It's just like the whole thing just feels kind of cold and I don't know. Also, one of them was a fan of mine, one of the waitresses, so I just want to say shout out you, appreciate you. And our waitress was really nice too. But let's get to the actual food. I want to say this, not good. When I say not good, I want to say my God, atrocious. So I got the octuple burger, and it was, I'm not even joking, it was like this big because they were all half-pound quarter patties, so it was 4 pounds of meat. They give you 40 strips of bacon, and there's 3 pieces of cheese on each burger.
Oh,
I
I
tried
gotta
to eat
like the
one of them,
prices.
and I was like, I feel this big because they were
I gotta
all
see the price of
half-pound
this shit.
quarter patties, so
Yeah.
it was 4 pounds of meat. They give you 40.
$35.20.
It's still not more expensive than a lobster, though.
Yeah, but still, $7 for bacon. Holy shit!
Strips of bacon, and there's 3 pieces of cheese on each burger. I tried to eat one of them, and I was like, I feel sick. They were all
Wait. 3 pieces of cheese on each burger.
So either you're gonna.
So, no. Do the math here. There's 7, it said 7 patties,
8.
right? 8?
Eight
8
times-
patties times 3 slices of cheese.
Off the top of my head, 7, 8 times by 3. My brain's not working.
I know.
That's 24. That's 24 slices of cheese. Yeah,
You're gonna die of constipation.
you're gonna be. Your toilet is gonna explode. when you
No, your asshole is going to hurt. You're getting with the meat and the cheese. Oh no, you're getting high cholesterol, diabetes, and constipation all in one.
Just get a colostomy bag. You'll be fine.
Ooh.
definitely like frozen burger pat, like the thick frozen burger patties that you would find at like a wholesale. Not fresh at all. It was so dry. I knew that I was not going to be able to finish the food, okay? But then I have to look forward to my waitress spanking my ass. They had like different degrees of like, do you want it soft, medium, or hard? She chose the hard one.
BDSM fetish restaurant. There you go.
Remember when we went to Dick's Last Resort when they insulted us? We had the hat on.
Oh yeah, they made us a purple paper insult hat to wear.
Rock hard turd.
She went yeah. Damn. Ooh, I hope you're into that. Oh.
And that last one stung, which is odd because it didn't have the biggest snap, but it did. And my ass was blistered for quite some time. I was also wearing basketball shorts, dude. Brutal. I mean, if I had to put the Heart Attack Grill on anything so far, I mean, food, it doesn't even compete with Hooters. If Hooters is generic, I will take generic every day of my life. The atmosphere, while being fun, it's too much. I mean, it's insane. And then the waitresses and stuff, I guess for the flirty aspect, like it's a restaurant of like, it's scantily nurse outfits, but I didn't think it was actually that crazy. It's like, yeah, your tits are up and they're like short skirts, but I didn't think it was anything too revealing.
Dude, what are you saying, Papa Meat? The crazy aspect is the BDSM after.
Yeah.
That makes it worse than Hooters in that regard. Oh.
Yeah, I would say it's fairly
is way more
modest. I don't know if that's
sexual.
changed over time, but I will say just compared to the Hooters thing so far, I would say this one is just way below. Way below. Does it feel too bad to just put it at last place immediately? Why don't we...
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Never heard of it.
Never heard of it. Huh.
Damn.
They look like the Bella twins from WWE.
The volume.
The volume.
Sorry, give me 1 second.
Volume on us or volume on the video?
Alright, is that here?
That show their midriff
That better?
and cleavage. Ojo Locos, I want to say this is just referred to as Mexican Hooters. I didn't say that. That's just what people say. That is in quotations. Someone has said that before. It markets itself to that demographic. Servers are referred to as chicas.
Chica from Fortnite?
Chica from Fortnite or Five Nights at Freddy's. It was created by one of the original creators of Twin Peaks, Randy DeWitt. We're getting ready to hit 2 properties by the same guy. Pretty good. When we went into the Ojo Locos thing, we didn't realize well, first off, I just want to say we took a taxi there, and the taxi driver was like, I've been driving taxis for 20 years. I've never heard of this place ever. I've been driving taxis in Las Vegas. I've never been here before. And not only was it a restaurant, but it's also a casino, which we were like, oh, okay. That makes sense.
smart.
Because the first place, the Hooters, it had the, it's just like a restaurant in the casino. This was just a giant restaurant, and then very sadly, it was just split with slot machines. There's just something about people playing slots that's just the saddest. It has to be one of the saddest things, like going into hospice in a hospital and then watching like veterans in wheelchairs hit the slot machine doing like a little Hector Salamanca, like, you know what I mean, in their wheelchair, having the screen and shit.
I would argue playing slots is a lot less depressing than people buying crypto.
Yeah.
We walked by the bathrooms. We were like, I don't know if this is the right spot, because we didn't realize that we were going to be the first customers that day.
We were going to be the first customers today, and I don't like that either. I like coming into a place and there's already some people, you know what I mean? I feel like I can kind of hide. Now it's just going to be, there's the one people here. And that makes me nervous.
At 11 a.m., the waitresses were doing like a meeting in the morning, and they did like a chant.
I was gonna say like morning prep.
Kind of like a get ready for work, like, yeah, let's have a good day. And then we saw them, and I mean, to say lingerie puts it lightly. This was revealing, okay? Revealing. It blew Hooters out of the water. Woo! My God!
Easily, by far the most revealing outfits. Also, I feel like I can't look anywhere besides down. I feel like a 4th grader.
And I just want to say, the ambiance so far, before we actually sat down and got into it, I was like, this feels like one of the worst ones so far. As we got into it, and as we got our server, I can't remember her name, Gretel. That's her name, Gretel. It was, I was flustered. I was like, I cannot, this feels wrong. My wife was here, which I did tell her I was doing this, so you guys can't be mad at me. But I was definitely like, thank you. Once again, Nick with that camera.
This is like a kind of place, in terms of like all sportsbook so far.
Watch out, dude.
He's shown us on YouTube, so we should be safe.
That was straight up lingerie to the extreme.
Whatever the limit was of how much they could show ass, they were on that limit.
She had a nice butt.
So you know what was weird? By the time we had
bad.
Ojo Locos to it, it made me think about like the early 2000s of when these things were opening up. This is the same era as like Girls Gone Wild being out, and like the kind of like weird tapes and the Howard Stern show of people coming out and showing their tits. And I'm like, of course, this is a bastion that would be popular back then, but it feels so weird now. Like I kept thinking about how odd this. Like I'm like, how is there not more people just being like, this is like.
That is a good question.
It really shows that that's like such a small voice in the void of men coming out and just being like.
You know, I will say, I bet I know why there's not like a bunch of protests for it, is because we didn't even know it existed.
There you go. A couple channels.
Oh wow, what am I doing?
I think was thinking G-string.
The way he was talking, I was thinking a G-string. It kinda. I mean, it was frilly.
Yeah.
Ooh. And
I
white.
just worked a hard day. I just want a beer and to watch a game and have some tits on my face. And in a way, that kind of felt like the American dream.
One thing I don't get is it's a lot like strip clubs where it's like I'm watching a woman be naked and like am I supposed to just be hard and like get up and leave? Unless it's just like there's babes, wings, and this. It's a vibe. I'm not gay. Which I guess more it feels like such a weird concept to me.
I know we talked about the sad demeanor of the restaurant and stuff and the extremely revealing. I mean, a girl walked by, I swear to God, I saw her. Look. We were having the cocktails, which were delicious. We're going to get more in that in a second. I was having a cocktail. We were talking. I looked over and I was like, almost looked like if like Homer Simpson's lip
No.
I was like, God damn, put that thing away, dude. And then it made me even more nervous because I was like, our food hasn't even gotten here yet. All right, now we're gonna have to eat at this place. I got tulips hanging out and all that kind of stuff. You can basically see a girl as she walks by. It was looking a little alarming. Yes, the cocktails were good, but you could throw sugar in any kind of alcohol beverage and it'd be fine, right? But then the food came. We got the wings, a burger, just to make it consistent. But then also we got street tacos, like Los Polos. Like it was just like a giant chicken that came with like rice and tortillas and that stuff. And I gotta say, the food was dynamite. Good. I mean, to the point where I don't know if it's just because we had the Hooters sauce and we wanted to put a gun in our mouth, or if because we had the heart attack grill and we wanted to throw ourselves in front of a bus. All I know is that the Ojos Locos food was awesome. Even like just standard buffalo wings.
does
It's
look
insane
good.
how you can taste the difference between frozen meat and fresh meat, or even if they were using frozen meat. You better hide the secrets to that frozen meat because it is delicious. But then also even the regular chicken, I would never f with the wings again. I would just get that shit. They had like the spicy green sauce. It was awesome. Even the burger was good. All in all, it was a phenomenal lunch. I mean, to the point where I was like, I felt scared for the other competition. I was like, this is, that's how they get you a little bit. They get you hooked in on the good food. You
wearing
have a
an
couple
anime shirt?
cocktails, and all of a sudden you're just like, why the fuck is this place so cool?
see.
They had a weird soccer ball drink that was just a giant tube.
What
You
the
have you put your own beer on tap. All I know is after some drinks, some good food in the environment, and then even
That's what that one guy drank who was in the truck in that last video we did.
Oh.
That-
He came from here.
That's how you get drunk. Oh.
the woman
Damn.
walk around with their and their is hanging out, their and everything. It just becomes normal. And it became a very pleasant experience, and it quickly, almost immediately, dashed my way to putting it at #1, outranking Hooters in a goddamn heartbeat. Not even close. Unbelievable. If anything, it shifts Hooters down to 3 for me. I'm gonna put Hooters down in the middle of the pack now. I didn't know what was possible until this point. Here we are, Ojos Locos at #1, Hooters #3, and I'm putting Heart Attack Grill at 5. The 4 was a mistake. That should have just been at a 5. But we let hours pass.
You know, I'll argue probably the reason why Heart Attack Grill's #5 for him is maybe because he didn't like the fetish.
He got spanked.
He didn't like to be punished like a bad boy.
Left that place. Hours and hours and hours passed, and we went to our 4th
Or he's still shitting out that burger.
Yeah.
location, the Tilted Kilt, which the Tilted Kilt is just
Never heard
a
of it.
Las Vegas chain as well, opened in 2003 as a Scottish
Never heard of
Irish
it.
themed restaurant and sports bar. As per the theme, waitresses wore skimpy plaid kilts and tartan bras and were primarily female. And aside from the theme, the Tilted Kilt is essentially the same as Hooters, except it achieved much less worldwide notoriety. Here's the thing.
That outfit looks familiar.
What?
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Continue.
We went into the Tilted Kilt. It was supposed to be, I was like, oh, it's going to be Hooters, but plaid. You know, there's going to be some bagpipes playing. I don't even know what to say. The Tilted Kilt was so forgettable, was it not? We went into the Tilted Kilt. It's right by the Flamingo Casino.
Ooh! Flamingo!
It's always just stand.
We went in, and it's basically just a pub. I love the aesthetics of a pub. Nice hardwood everywhere. You have a nice bar. They were playing Linkin Park in there. I was just like, dude, this is kind
cool.
of a vibe. And then the waitress was kind of snooty.
Very short.
Very, very short-tempered. Also, all the waitresses and staff were eating. Did you see that? They were eating on this table, like munching, and she was like, what do you want to drink? Another thing, too, is with the menu even, there wasn't really anything that made it notably like a Tilted Kilt menu. Like Ojos Locos, it's like, sure, it might just be primarily Mexican food, but they deliver on the bare essentials, and they have specified cocktails that make it themed around the restaurant. Same with Hooters and even Heart Attack Grill. Whereas Tilted Kilt, it was just, it's just a pub. If you want that, that's fine. But to me, I'm like, if you're going to be doing this gimmick, where's just the little other pieces, right? Like a Tilted Kilt cocktail or something, right? And I remember being like, hey, do you guys have any Tilted Kilt like cocktails? And she's like, no, we have Guinness. That's the Tilted Kilt cocktail, the Guinness. That's fun. So we did order a Guinness.
So the
I'm not a
service
beer
sucks.
guy. Just want to put that out there. I know Guinness is, you have to let them.
It was the bitchy restaurant.
Or he just got the wrong waitress.
Ooh, someone was having an off day.
Yeah.
Time of the month.
Sit there for 7 years before you can drink it, which we did let it do, and I took a drink of it. Horrible. We ended up getting the pub nachos and the wings. Oh, and the burger, just to kind of get a sample of it.
Oh, Elvira.
Yeah.
That's what he was wearing.
I'm ready to leave this place.
It was all cold. Like, it was, you could tell it just got made, but it was cold. Like, the nachos were, it was definitely cooked, but it was like room temp or a little less.
Our service was really slow.
The service was unbelievably slow.
That was like an appetizer, and I feel like they made it and they just waited for the burger to be done.
Yeah, and I'm like, why don't you bring out the nachos, you moron?
Puppy
You know what I mean?
dog.
God. So we said that we ate everything. I mean, the burger was like, okay, I guess. It wasn't anything to write home about. The nachos were cold, and then the wings were just like, kind of reminded me of a little bit of Hooters.
Ew.
Except Hooters wing sauce, I would say, is probably better.
I think I disagree. I hated the Hooters sauce.
Well, I don't know. At least it had some character. I don't know. It was just like generic, which is like, it's fine, but it just lacked any kind of personality with it or any kind of like distinctive thing that made it the tilted kilt thing.
They were wearing jackets too.
They were all wearing jackets, which, to be fair, it's cold. It's cold right now. We'll say that. It's plaid, and you have your cleavage out. All I know is that tilted kilt, I mean, just very forgettable. I would say that, like, the food, much better than Heart Attack Grill. So I think for that alone, and for the fact, too, that, like, I could just sit in there as a pub and just, like, have a drink. If it's between Hooters and tilted kilt, I'd probably just still go to Hooters, just because it's better branding. You know, it's just the name of it. But there's no way in hell I'd go there over Ojos Locos. Are you kidding me? So I think it earns its place at the 4th spot here. Not bad.
Okay.
It goes Ojos Locos 1. We have an empty 2 spot. Hooters at 3.
Oh, Twin
Tilted Kilt at
Peaks, the other
4.
one.
And then
Yeah.
Heart Attack Grill at
the
5.
other one
Which we
that's
did end
around
up
here.
going to our last and final place that evening.
Oh, is it still around here?
Yes.
Oh,
Unlike Hooters, I think Twin Peaks is still around.
huh.
I know where 2 of them are at.
That's kind of funny because I'm more familiar with Hooters than I am of Twin Peaks.
Alright.
What?
That night, after some more shits and some more, time to pass for our digestive tracts to clear out.
You can go to the bathroom and wash your hands. Where's the bathroom? How would I know? I've never been here. I'll check the bathroom out.
Huh.
Twin Peaks. We almost made this just a Hooters Twin Peaks video, but with the other stuff going on in Vegas, and since the one in Kansas City closed and we were already leaving, we were like, we might as well include everybody else. But it was just supposed to be a nation chain of Hooters versus Twin Peaks. And Twin Peaks opened up in 2005, so it's definitely inspired by Hooters, let's just say. But let me tell you something. Twin Peaks was kind of dynamite, all right? It's like weird mountain theme, like Alaskan theme, I would say.
See, this is the kind of shit I'm talking about. Go big or go home.
It makes me think of Bass Pro.
I think there's one next to the Bass Pro over there. And the Wolf Lodge. Remember the Wolf Lodge next to Bass Pro? That's what it makes me think of.
Right? Yeah, it's like a lodge. Exactly. Makes me feel like I'm up in Alaska, curled up with my sweetie. But there's other big women there.
Because like the whole thing is like the girls are in like busty lumberjack plaid shirts and like cut off jeans. This is gonna be a controversial statement for men, I bet. I was never a fan of like the Daisy Duke shorts. I don't know if I like the jeans like riding up and like being like, hey, I'm gonna be just like tucked in your.
It's another peak.
It is a peak. You got the front peaks and the under peaks. This feels weird. I don't know. I just unpleasant. I don't know why. It's fine. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not like throwing up, but I'm just saying. By 2014, the Bloomberg called it one of the nation's fastest growing chains. This growth continued even into the pandemic. Today, Twin Peaks has 100 plus locations across the United States and has been exceptionally popular. So this is an interesting thing is where Hooters has failed, I feel like Twin Peaks has succeeded. And I will say, ambiance. Each booth had their own little TV. So you just put whatever game you want on there. Right? That was kind of sick. Tons of TVs around there for the games and stuff. It was cozy. Kind of, that didn't feel like I was in a.
So, okay, wow. So each booth has their own TV. Does that mean you can choose what you want to watch?
Probably.
That's cool. That's a theme.
How you doing, cat?
Aw, your kitty. Aw.
An Alaskan movie. It was kind of nice. Taxidermy all over the walls. Not bad.
I felt like a man in there.
I felt like a man, and I think that's what we needed to feel like.
Man
That's one thing that we
cave.
didn't think that we needed until the last one, was I felt like a man, all right? Sorry, liberals. Twin Peaks wins. The food was awesome. We got the burger, and we got the wings, and also they had their own kind of cocktails. I got like an energized Red Bull cherry limeade thing. It was delicious. My heart rate was definitely over. Way too much there. But I think that was an accumulation of everything that's been happening on the trip so far. But it was amazing. Nick, which one did you
I
get?
got like the fruit punch.
Got like a Twin Peaks fruit punch thing. It was really good. Service was fucking amazing. They touched my shoulder.
Give me a little belly rub.
They gave you a belly rub. It was the first place and only place because I expected it as I went in that all of them were gonna do the everything okay, and then you do. Yeah, that was the only place to do it. So everyone thought I was a disgusting monster, except for the people at Twin Peaks.
Also,
So
I
they
will
were
say,
extra
I do like their
friendly.
outfits. It's like, it's revealing, but it's not literally just a
They're
thong.
gonna cheat on you.
Hey, Allison, I
think Hunter's been talking to the Twin Peaks waitress. I think he's trying to get her number. Oh.
I think maybe places have stopped doing the touchy-feely because I know that was a big thing. I think maybe they stopped doing that for liability reasons.
Yeah, you can't touch anybody anymore. I mean, to be fair, it's like
Yeah. It's if you're gonna touch someone and stuff, people are messed up in the head to think like automatically it's like, oh, you like me, and then they'll.
Yeah.
That's how you get the crazies. When you're too nice.
Like I said, Dick's Last Resort was perfect because they insulted you.
Yeah, but it was in a nice way.
Yep.
If that makes any sense.
Well, if you touch them, they're going to touch you back, so good luck. All in all, it's weird because by the end of this voyage, we had seen this gimmick done so many times, but what's odd is it feels like the Twin Peaks experience was it all perfected. Not only is it done well, but it's also nationwide too. A lot of these, I mean, 3 of these are only in Vegas. But to me, I was like, the food was great. The atmosphere was great. The outfits were revealing, but I also didn't feel like I was like, the lips were popping out and I was like uncomfortable. Like I could see myself in the future being like, you guys want to go to Twin Peaks? To me, it fits the new role of what I thought Hooters was in my life, which was like a gimmicky, silly thing that has decent food. I could watch a game. And the thing, too, is that the food here was good. The food here was so good where I'd be like, I would just go back just to get the food again. It was not bad at all. So I think for that reason, I got to put Twin Peaks at numero uno. And the only reason why is just because it has tons of locations. And then 2, it didn't have the depressing casino side to it. That's where I was like, and also the hanging out was too much. Like I thought I couldn't even look up. So, you know. But that's my ranking of the BREASTaurants. It is a dying breed, my friends. Dare I say.
I want chicken.
So that was the ranking of,
Booby restaurant.
yeah.
I pop a meat. And I eat meat. In the mighty words of Luffy. Meat!
Bye.